Yo, what is up guys, it's your boy Lofi here, and today I got a pretty crazy story for you guys. There's like crackheads and skateboarding, and a crackhead tried to kill me with my own skateboard, dude, it's crazy. But before we get into that, if you guys could press the like button, that would really help me out. It helps the video do better overall, and would just help me feel better. Also, my birthday is this Saturday, so if you guys want to give me a birthday gift, you know, just press that like button, alright? Also, you guys should go follow my Twitter. I tweet funny things sometimes, like this. Yeah, this is funny. Anyways, now that we got that out of the way, let's get right into the video. So most of you guys watching this video, you guys know that I skateboard, okay? I love to skateboard. It's just one of the things that I really like to do. I enjoy it a lot, you know. I can't do, you know, a bunch of tricks. I can do like a couple, you know. I'm not Tony freaking Hawk, but, you know, I feel like I'm pretty good, okay? So this story starts out with, you know, 18-year-old me a couple months ago having just started skateboarding, and I was, you know, just out skating. So the town that I live in, there's not really a lot of skate spots, and the skate spots that are really good are either at schools or they're like, you know, in front of crack houses. And I'm not even joking, by the way, those are like literally my two only options. Skate near a crack house or skate at a high school. And, you know, the cops are kind of patrolling the high school at the time, so I decided to go skate near the crack house. Now, I didn't actually just go right in front of these people's front yard and decide to just, like, you know, start skating. You know, the crack house was actually near the actual spot I was going to. The actual spot was by this dry cleaner that had this, like, really smooth parking lot. They had, like, this really high drop-off off of a curb, which was, like, really good for, like, you know, ollieing off of, ollieing onto, and, like, you know, just doing tricks off of it in general. They also had this really cool bank that I like to go to a lot still. You know, it's a pretty cool spot, alright? There was also a lot of, like, really smooth parking blocks to board slide. You know, they were pretty high off the ground, so I could actually get a board slide onto it and actually, you know, grind on the parking block. So, like, you know, that was cool too. And that's actually why I was there that day, you know, to actually try, you know, do some board slides on the parking blocks. But yeah, I'll get to that in a second. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that this spot was really cool, but the only downside was that there was a literal crack house across the street from it. And when I say across the street, there wasn't like an actual street, like a busy road with like a stoplight. It was like this weird little gravel road because I live in the country, and like there's a lot of gravel roads that don't have stoplights and stuff. So like it wasn't like an actual street. It was just like a little gravel road that was maybe like 10-15 feet wide. It wasn't that wide, okay? It wasn't really even a street. I guess it was kind of just like a road. And that little road was the only thing separating the dry cleaners from the crack house. And on the dry cleaner side of the road, there was like a line of parking blocks that, you know, formed a drive through, and that's where I was skating. Now, for those of you who skate, you know that when you first started skating, okay, you sucked. I sucked, so all that they heard was a bunch of screaming, my board falling and hitting the ground, a bunch of really bad clacking because my ollies were super bad. And at the time, I was really trying to board slide, you know, some of these parking blocks because they were really wide and easy to balance on, and that's all I was really trying to do. I just wanted to land one, and then I would have been happy. Now, at the time, I didn't think anybody was home. There were no cars in front of the driveway across the street of the crack house, so I was just like, okay, I can be, you know, as loud as I want. You know, the dry cleaners was closed. Also, there's like an actual street nearby, so like there was just a lot of like car noise, so I thought that, you know, me skateboarding wouldn't be that disturbing. So I had been at this spot for a while, about 20-30 minutes, maybe 45, I don't know, I kind of lost track of time when I was skating, but I had been there for a while basically. And then, you know, this black truck pulls into the driveway of the crack house, and the people in the black truck just happened to have their windows down, and I could see exactly who was in it. It wasn't the people who lived in the house, but some people who were there to buy crack. Now, I knew that these people didn't live in that house because I had skated in that spot a lot, and I knew who the people were that actually lived inside of the crack house. So that's how I knew that these people were actually just here to buy drugs and not actually there to stay. So I'm just thinking, okay, you know, they're about to do what they're gonna do. I'm gonna mind my own business and just keep skating and act like I don't see anything. Because, you know, I'm really not trying to get in a big fight with a bunch of drug dealers, okay? That's not really what I'm down to do, okay? You know, if you want to sell drugs, you know, you do that. When you get caught, you go to jail, okay? That's none of my business. But as I said before, nobody was home, so they were just sitting in their truck waiting for the drug dealers to get back home so they could get their drugs. So, you know, when they pulled up, I just kept skating. About like 20 or 30 more minutes go by, and the dude gets out of his truck, knocks on the door, and, you know, nobody's home, like I said. So he gets back in the truck and pulls out of the driveway and goes to the gas station that's across the street. And, you know, I'm thinking, oh, thank God, you know, they left. I ain't really got to worry about anything. But then he comes back like 2 minutes later because he had won something on a lottery ticket, I think, and they're going to use that lottery ticket money to buy drugs. So, you know, hey, you know, you won the lottery, but oh no, you're spending it on drugs. Why? Now, there was a man and a woman in that car. The woman was really just, you know, tweaking out a lot. But the guy was tweaking out even more, dude. Like, this guy was like shaking with happiness because he won lottery ticket money and because he was fiending for some drugs. And, you know, after a certain amount of time of me skating, I guess that the noises of me failing and being really bad got on his nerves, so he gets out of the car and angrily marches towards me. And, you know, I act like I don't see him. You know, I was thinking maybe he was just trying to go to, like, you know, the dry cleaners, you know, to maybe he was just trying to break in. I don't know. I was just really hoping he wasn't really actually coming towards me. But spoiler alert, he does come up to me, and, you know, he grabs me by the shoulder, spins me around, and says, hey, can you please stop that? That's really annoying. Actually, I lied. He didn't say that. He actually said a lot more vulgar stuff that I can't repeat, or else Susan will take down my video. But to give you more of an idea, okay, picture like, you know, a tall, skinny white dude, you know, super redneck, cowboy boots and everything, okay? And I'm just, you know, a black teenager skateboarding, and he doesn't like me. So yeah, he used the word that white people use whenever they don't like black people, okay? Yeah, he called me the N-word. So right off the bat, you know, I was already, you know, just angry and offended. You know, I didn't even do anything to this dude. Like, I'm sorry I wasn't that good at skating and I wasn't impressing you by doing a 900 off of the parking block, dude. But alright, okay. You know, I'm trying to resolve this as peacefully as possible. But this dude is over here just screaming at me, talking about, I've been sitting here in my truck listening to you scream and shout and be really bad at skateboarding, alright? I don't want to hear this anymore. Stop and go home now. And, you know, me, I'm trying not to get into a fight. I'm just like, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean, you know, be loud and annoying. You know, just let me land this one more time and then, you know, I'll go, okay? All I want to do is land it once and then I'll go home. And surprisingly, this guy is like, alright, do it one more time and then go home. So I try to land it and I fail. And I try 2 more times and then I fail. And, you know, I couldn't land the trick. And so, you know, about 5 more minutes goes by and this dude just walks up to me, pushes me off of my skateboard, grabs it and says, you know what, you don't get this back, just go home. So after he grabs my skateboard, I come up and I run up to this dude and I'm just like, yo, give me back my freaking board, dude. He's like, no. And, you know, he raised it like he's about to hit me. He's like, go home, kid. I don't want to hurt you. Now, for those of you who don't know, I got my black belt in karate at the age of 13 years old, okay? So I'm actually a pretty gifted fighter, not to, like, you know, brag or anything, but, like, I was really good. I did martial arts for over 10 years, alright? Got my black belt in karate, did judo and jiu-jitsu for almost 3 years. So, like, when this dude tried to fight me, I was ready, alright? So I run up to this dude, like, you know, like, in, like, a fighting position, like, I actually ready to, like, you know, beat this crackhead's ass. And as he swings for my head, I duck, dodge it, and, you know, I sweep his leg, and then I take him down, I grab my board, you know, I hit him in the ribs with it, and I say, don't fuck with me, touch me again, and I'll call the cops. And now, Mr. Crackhead did not like, you know, being thrown on the ground by a teenager, alright? So, he stands back up and pulls out a freaking knife. Now, while all this is going on, his wife or girlfriend or, like, baby mama, I don't know, you know, the girl that was in the truck sticks her head out and says, oh my god, Derek, are you okay? And, you know, he screams back at her, you know, without turning his head. He's just looking me dead in the eyes and says, yeah, I'm just about to beat this little N-word's A. Now, that was the final straw for me, okay? He had called me the N-word hard R twice, and he's, you know, holding a freaking knife, and he's saying that he's gonna beat me up and, like, stab me and possibly try to kill me, and, you know, I'm scared, alright? So, I do what any scared teenager does when a crackhead runs up on them with a knife. I start to run. I just turn around, bolt the other direction, and I don't look back, alright? Now, I had been running for about, I don't know, maybe 30, 45 seconds, and I look behind me, and, you know, Derek the crackhead is, like, on my tail, dude. Like, if this dude threw the knife, it would actually stick in me and kill me. Now, thankfully, there was, like, a dollar store near me, and, you know, like a smart person, I decided to go where there are people, and I run inside of the store. But because of how late it was, you know, the store was almost about to close, there was, like, nobody in there. Even, like, you know, the people who were supposed to be at the cash register weren't there. You know, I run in, and I scream, help, there's a crazy man with a knife trying to kill me. Somebody please call the cops. Now, I look at the front door, and guess who's standing there? Derek. I can see him through the glass double doors. He's just standing there huffing and puffing, looking like he's about to freaking die because, you know, drugs do bad stuff to your body, okay? Like, this dude looks like he's about to pass out, but, like, he still has that fire in his eyes, like, he just wants to get me, alright? So, you know what I do? I run to the back room and try to find an exit through the back. Now, I find the exit, you know, I didn't know where I was going. There's a lot of twists and turns and boxes and stuff stacked up, so I'm just like, I don't know where I'm going. I find the exit, and you know what happens? The back door isn't actually to the back, it's to the side of the store, where, like, the loading dock is. So I walk out there, I run out, and guess who's standing right in front of that freaking door? Derek the crackhead. Now, thankfully, there was, like, a pretty, like, steep incline, like, there was, like, a big hill in, like, this, you know, dollar store parking lot, so, you know, I was thinking, you know, I have my skateboard in my hand, so I throw it down, I just start riding, bro. I start kicking and pushing as hard and as fast as I can, and, you know, at this point, you know, I start skating into the road towards my house, and, you know, I outran this dude. Thankfully, I out-skated him, I guess. But yeah, I got away from him. I get into my house. I'm huffing, I'm puffing, you know, there's nobody home. Like, I'm home alone. And I'm just like, you know, super scared that this dude found my house, that he followed me. But, you know, he didn't. You know, he was nowhere in sight. Like, the entire time that I was skating towards my house, I could hear him screaming, I'm gonna get you! I'm gonna get you, you effing N-word! But, you know, clearly he stopped following me after I got out of the parking lot and went into the street because he didn't want to chase me inside of a busy street. Because I guess, you know, getting ran over just to stab a teenager for skating wasn't exactly worth it to him. But yeah, thankfully I got away, and I'm pretty sure that Derek the crackhead doesn't know where my house is, and he doesn't know where I live, so I still feel pretty safe to this day, and you know, I haven't had very many problems with Derek the crackhead since. Now, when I say I haven't had very many, there's been a couple events incidences with Derek the Crackhead, alright? But I'm gonna save those stories for another day. If you guys enjoyed this story time with Derek the Crackhead and want to hear more about my encounters with him, you guys should press the like button and comment Crack House, okay? If you comment Crack House, I will possibly tell more stories that I have about Derek the Crackhead. Anyways, I hope you're all having an amazing day. I've been Lofi. Peace, peace.